What's going on, everybody? Welcome in. I am John Kennedy. I am a non political John Kennedy. I have a football channel. That's how I made my YouTube bones, but there's so much going wrong in this country, and other John Kennedy's got to jump in here and try and set it straight. Let me be clear about my position before we start. The Democrats are doing a bad job. They're awful for America right now. The Republicans doing a bad job, awful for America right now. I don't like the way either one of them handle business. They're both bad in different ways, and I'm over it. So we need to talk about where this all stands. I've had enough. Maybe another John Kennedy needs to run. So I don't have a political home. None of these people represent my values. They're insane on both sides. Let's get into this. So I want to set that straight. I'm not a lefty. I'm not a MAGA. No. The DNC lied to you. They lied to me. They lied to everybody. What about Trump's lie? Yeah, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. The DNC lied to you over and over and over again. They told you were a bad person for asking if the president seemed to be disoriented. Falling off the bike, falling down the stairs of Air Force One, falling off the stage, wandering off the stage, losing his train of thought, not doing live interviews, all of that. All of that. They gaslit you. They told you were a bad person. If you asked if Joe Biden was okay, they told you were a bad person for even asking. When you saw it with your own eyes, not only what you saw, but what you didn't see told you everything you needed to know. What do I mean by that? What political reason could there possibly be that makes sense except the interview to do, or the invitation to do an interview before the Super Bowl in front of half of America, the best free advertising you could ever get from a lefty, Democratic friendly network that would have thrown him all softball questions, nothing hard. They turned that down because they were scared he wouldn't be able to handle it. All of this evidence, him falling off the bike, wandering around, mumbling, all of it that you've seen over the years on Twitter, wherever. They told you, and they told the media, and then the media told you until recently, they told you he's fine. What you're seeing with your own eyes is made up. It's just not real, and that we're all wrong, and he's totally sharp and with it and fine. That's what they told you. The problem is every one of us has old relatives. You know that meme, Grandpa, it's time to get you back to the senior home. We all know, you don't have to be a doctor to know this natural human decline when we see it cognitively. Americans aren't stupid. But they gaslit us, and they told you were a bad person for asking that difficult question. Then the debate happened, and the whole tone shifted, because even as out of touch with reality as all these power players are, even they knew they couldn't spin their way out of this one. They couldn't spin their way out of this one. Even the media is starting to realize the truth. And when CNN and MSNBC start nailing Biden in his camp, buddy, let me tell you, you got some action. When even they, I can't believe it. When Tapper and Anderson are up there nailing these people, asking real tough, you know it's gone too far. When CNN and MSNBC are turning on the lefties and asking real tough questions, you know something's gone horribly wrong. So here's the deal. I realize that for a large chunk of this country, blocking Trump is the key. We'll elect anybody as long as it stops Trump, and he's a lie machine and all that. The fact checker said he had 27 to 30 lies in the debate or whatever, all of that. Here's the thing. When you say Biden's too old to run, I think he's going to keel over and croak on stage. He looks like grandma. Then you hear, this isn't about that. This is about defeating Trump. That needs to be the focus, but keeping him out of the White House, whatever, right? I realize that's the goal of the Democrats. What their mistake is, though, is assuming pushing that guy's the best way to get that done. If Trump is this legitimate threat to democracy and all this stuff that the Democrats say he is every day, don't you think it's important to have a person running against him that could put a thought together without it being on a teleprompter that somebody else wrote? That's the part of this that makes no sense. When you bring up the Biden where he says, no, this is all about defeating Trump. Yeah, that's why it's important to present a candidate that people believe is alive, can think for himself. That's kind of the point of that. So you're not helping the argument by saying that. You're actually hurting your own argument. And the other thing about Trump's lies, he got away with 30 lies at the debate or whatever. I got news for you. It was incumbent upon the incumbent president to combat those lies in real time, and he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. So when people are saying, I don't understand why it's all about Biden and how bad he was, but we let Trump get away with these 30 lies or whatever. That's also, you're missing the point. It was on Biden to make those corrections in live time, and he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. Oh, John, that's CNN's fault. They should have fact-checked him in live time. The Biden people came up with the format for the debate. They came up with all the rules, and they thought it was going to help their guy, and it didn't. You don't get to complain about it now when they set the whole parameters up to benefit their guy. It was on him to combat those lies, and he couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. So, listen, it's interesting to see the mainstream media, even the left mainstream media, MSNBC, CNN specifically, to see them asking legitimately tough questions to the Democratic Party about how we got here and where we're going and all that. That tells you the changes are happening here and the tone is shifting. And again, my final point is, if you want to say it isn't about Biden, it's about defeating Trump or whatever, if that's your goal, that's all the more reason you need a guy who can actually think and speak and instill confidence in the American people moving forward. Well, he's the only one who beat him last time. We're a long way from 2020 till now. The American people are in a different place. Most importantly, Joe Biden's brain is in a different place. I think it's a mistake to just assume all the chaos that was going on in 2020, it's a totally different ball game. It's a totally different ball game. So I don't know where this goes from here, but this is a problem the Democrats created by lying and gaslighting us for years, telling you what you saw with your own eyes wasn't real. When every one of us has experience with this issue, everybody has a grandparent and an older person in their life. They knew what this looks like, and we were told we were stupid and mean, bad people for asking these questions up until the point there was no denying it anymore. What a mess.